just doing a rewire in Birmingham, Sutton. I did mean to record this morning when we got here, but I got here and the DVI was dead. So just going to do the little vlog now. To be honest, we've had some progress. I've been slapping stuff in, so I'm just going to give you a little walk around and show you what's going on. I'm just going to spin the camera. So we've already got in the sockets in this room. Got Dan putting in some sockets down here. Now we're surface mounting them. I know it's not at a height of 450, however this doesn't come under part M of the building regulations. So as long as you don't leave it in a worse state than it already was, which we're not going to, then it's all within regulation. So obviously the customer doesn't want no chasing or the boxes sunk in the wall, so they come up with the idea of putting the plastic boxes just above the skirt. And to be honest, these skirts are pretty high, so it's not that low to the floor. So me and my old man are getting the sockets in here, so we're running a radial, they're just getting the socket and then getting the cable back to the board. So I'll just quickly show you the fuse board. To be honest, I've ripped one of them out already because I couldn't wait for filming, so there was 2 fuse boards here. I've ripped the one out, but the customer's coming back tonight. She's meant to stay away for the week, but she's coming back tonight. So what I've done is left the lighting in for now, and then I'm going to disconnect all the other bits in a second, and then I'm going to put a temporary socket in at the bottom, and then when she goes tomorrow we'll rip everything out then, and then we'll start getting the new board and everything in. I'll quickly walk you around the house to show you the size of everything. So we've got to get a shower circuit in. She's got a shower in here. Obviously a light in there. We're going to be putting a bulkhead up there, some trunk in, because we might be able to take this stuff off, I don't know. Then we've got a cooker circuit going in here, which they're going to pull the cable in a second and run it up the back and pop in. Then upstairs, we've got a socket there for the hallway. So, then we've got the bathroom, we've got this bedroom. So all she wants is a socket either side of the bed where they were before. So that's what we're going to do in here. Same in this room. And then the same in here, which just wraps round, so yeah, same in here. And what we're doing for upstairs is we're going to be running, let's spin this. So we're going to be running a 20 amp radial upstairs. We always do that on rewires because you don't really use much power upstairs. You might use a hairdryer, a couple of TVs, it's nothing, pulls nothing. And then obviously downstairs, the front room and the dining room, we also run a 20 amp radial because again, what you're going to have plugged in there, TV, maybe your phone charging, and then obviously in the kitchen we then run a ring main because that's where all your high power appliances are. So I'm going to get into it now and I'll show you some videos along the way with the progress and everything of the job. So I'm going to get into it now and then I'll show you in a bit. Right, so it's the end of the day. We've smashed all the sockets in here, all done. And we got smashed them all in. Then we've got all in here, smashed in. We've got the cooker up there to finish off the tapping tomorrow. Then this is the ring, starting the ring for the kitchen. As you can see, he's got that one in over there. Then we've got some trunking in there going outside. We're going to pop in through the back of there, which is already done, then come up to here, bit of trunking up to there, and then we'll take it over to this side, down to here. We'll come back out and we'll get to the board somehow. And then we've ran all the trunking in here. Obviously with all the fire clips and everything, we'll get all the lid and everything on as and when. We've got all them in here. And then the socket in here, so we've done well for the day today. So I'm gonna get off and then we'll show you what we get done tomorrow. Well, it's 7th day on the rewire. I know I've fast forwarded a little bit, but we got that deep into the job that I never had time to film a lot because Rewires are quite fast paced. We should have it all boxed off today. I'll give you a little walk around so you can see what we've done. I'll spin the camera now. So we got all of the smoke alarms in. Obviously you have to have an LD2 system on a Rewire because there's no LD3 no more. You used to have to just pull it in the hallways and the landing, but obviously now it has to be in the one habitable room, landing hallways, heat alarm in the kitchen. So this is where we're at now. So started to put the place back together, to be honest. In here it's a flat roof. She didn't want the ceiling spinning out. So what we've done is we've managed to get the cable down there, which I'm going to put some clips in for premature collapse. That's all it's not put up yet, because I didn't have any the other day. And then we've run it in trunking in here. Upstairs, I think it's pretty much done, surface mounted. I've got to rip that off. Just put a new isolator in for the fan, take these spots and everything out, put some new ones in. We're going to be leaving that fan in though. It's working fine. She wants it in still, so yeah. This is where we're at. So now I'll quickly take you downstairs. So the board's on the other side of the wall here. We've got all the cables bundled up here. We just got to pull the last lighting for upstairs in. It's done in here. Second fixed in here. Then out here. It's got a lock on it. I can't open it. Right. We just put a light up there and a pull cord. So, because we didn't want to be ripping all this mahogany DIY timber off, because it would just cause more problems than it's worth. So yeah, there's some of the tat. So yeah, we've changed a light fitting in there, pulled a new cable into a new shower pull cord, obviously pull cord in there because originally they had a switch down here, so we've blanked that off, put pull cord in. Shouldn't have a switch in the bathroom anyway. I've come down here, it's a little bit dark, so let me just get the little torch out. So right, I'll show you in the other room first anyway. So I've got everything in here, new pendant, switch, socket, see the bonding's all done down there, one continuous run through to the gas. So what we've done, obviously we've got a trunk hall in here and everything. The old board's still in because I'm running a temporary socket off it so we could charge our batteries and whatnot, but this will all be coming out today. So I'll show you some mid-vids and everything through that, you know, the progress of it all. Sorry I couldn't get as much video footage on a Rewire, but you know how it is, sometimes you just get right into the job and you just forget. So we have got some more videos coming, we've got some industrial stuff coming probably in the next 2 weeks. We've got a 3-phase board to put in, move some stuff at a factory where they do all the stickers for your Amazon parcels and DHL. To be honest, I didn't even know that was a job. But yeah, that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. So there'll be some good videos there, so keep your eye out for it. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get into this job, show you some of the stuff midway, show you what we're doing today. And yeah, and then we'll test it all, get it on, and give you a walk around once it's done. So drilled through the hole. They're all going to come through the back entry here into the back of the board. Chopped off most of the old cables. Look at that, that's a joke there. So I'll quickly show you what I've done around the back. It's going to be running up the back of the board, and the zones also run at the back of the board as well. So we've drilled here, got a square there. That hole there is going to be where the boiler one's going to come back down and through. But we're going to pull these cables up in the set. So we've got all that in, all the cables in. Just like to say as well, thank you to Jason and Shaz at City Plumbing for getting all our cable, all of our sockets and everything at good prices. So if you need anything, get down there in Aston, not far from the Screwfix. If you put it in on Google, I'm sure you'll find it. And also thank you to Chris from CEF for doing us a great price on this fuse box and the RCBO. So also if you can get Garrett's Green area or anything, get yourself down there, and I'm sure the lads in there will sort you out because they're all sound. So board cables are all in now, just starting to wire the board up. So just using a Torx screwdriver. To be honest, I haven't long had this, but I thought why not get one. Obviously they specify what Newton meters it should be on the board, which at the top here is, if you can see, is 2 Newton meters. So I've just set it on this to 2 Newton meters, if you can see. So yeah, basically it's pretty easy to do. Just slide this out and you get like a little tool. I'll show it you actually. So you get this little tool here, and then all you do, you pop this out, and okay, is it locked? Yeah, you got to unlock it, which is unlocked, and then you just give it a pull, comes out, you slot this in all the way, and you twist it left or right to slacken or tighten your Newton meters that you need. I'm pretty sure this one goes up to 5, from 0.8 to 5 Newton meters as well. So yeah, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just tighten up some of the RCBOs a bit, and I'll show you what it does when it's at the right Newton meters. So let's just turn that down, get this on my head. So yeah, I've got it all set to 2 Newton meters anyway. So what I'm going to do now, I just need to pop this back in, and then get that on there, lock that in place. So I'm just going to put in the second RCBO, neutral lead. So if I just drop that out the way for now, I'll tidy it up after. I'll just put it here, number 2. And then all you do is you tighten it all the way, and you should hear a click like that, and that's it, and that's torqued to the right torque setting. Right, so this is where we're at with the board now. Got it all in, nice and tidy, not as tidy as I can do anyway. Just got to replace this cable here to go to the boiler. It's going to run a new leg there, and then we've got to make off the tails and that down here into a Henley block. Just waiting for the DNO to come and cut the fuse and take it out so we can do it. Pull the shower circuit in a second, but we're just going to test the other circuits for now so we can get some socket power on and some lights. Just using the link to go from the earth to the live so I can get my R1s plus my R2s. So I've just done the cooker circuit. Not going to bore you with the testing because it's pointless. I find it boring myself anyway. So this is where we're at now. Everything's basically in. Put a Henley block down now. I'll put the cover on in a sec. So yeah, all in, all tidy. Right, so we've done the job now. Rewire's all finished. I'm going to spin the camera. It's the first time my dad's been in this video actually. He's been on other jobs this week. Helped a little bit, but he's been on some other jobs.
He's camera greedy really.
Yeah, so I'm going to spin this round, show you the board and give you a little walk round the job as well and show you what we've done. So if I just quickly spin the camera now. Alright, so here's some before pictures. Yeah, lift that up. So all nice and tidy, all up to reg. We've tidied up all of this cupboard. You've probably seen it before. It was an absolute mess. Everything's all labelled up. And also, if you're in the market for a printer, where's that printer? Oh, I took it back out there. Find this printer. You got it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So if you're in the market for a printer, 15 quid, Amazon. I mean, don't get me wrong, they promote all the brother printers and everything. Yeah, they're all great and good, but they're 160 quid. This is 15 quid. It's done all my labels here. And also, I've just found out, if you look here, I've printed, obviously, the name and a QR code. You can put that on it as well. So you got your phone there? So yeah, if you scan that QR code now, it should, you don't have to click it, it's just your camera will pick it up. There you go. And then takes you to our Instagram page. Obviously you ain't on Instagram, are you? I'm controlling it, but yeah. And I think for 15 quid, I mean, can't really get any better for 15 quid for budget. Anyway, let's walk around the job now. We'll start in this room here. So she only wanted, because she's selling the house, you see. So we just, don't get me wrong, we've put in plenty of sockets as well, but she wanted to keep it to a bare minimum, didn't she, Dad? Yes. So we just put the one socket in here, light in here. So we've got a socket there, we've got one for the fridge and the microwave behind there.
One down here.
So yeah, we've got one down there. And we've trunked round, because obviously, as you can see, it's all breeze block one of Thermalite. So, I mean, and she's not going to be plastering, so we put it all in trunking. Obviously, we put all the fire clips in. I haven't really showed too much work on this video, because I think rewires are a bit boring, and a lot of people do videos on them. So yeah, we've sunk in some of the stuff for her, and then where it hasn't needed to be surface mounted stuff. So, yeah, we use hard conduit boxes though, yeah, that are like, I'll quickly show you, I'll give it a quick knock. We don't use, excuse me, we don't use the crappy plastic boxes. Obviously, everyone's got personal preferences, but we don't tend to use them because they're not very hard wearing or durable. So we've run some trunking down here. She had a little bathroom down here. We've done that. It's all done in here. I'll put a little bit of trunking above that. And then we've put, you've put the flexi conduit there to get to that, ain't you? Yeah, that's nice, that's nice. Also, we've got in an LD2 smoke alarm system. So what that means is you have a heat alarm in your kitchen, smoke alarm in the hallway, smoke alarm in your one habitable room, and then there's another smoke alarm upstairs. Now these are all interlinked. So yeah, see, everything works in here. Then we got two-way switch in here. So we've got, that's the wrong one. You can turn it off here, or she can turn it on down here when she comes in, because previously there was no switch here, which is a bit of a walk from the front door to there to turn the light on for the hallway, especially when it's dark. She's got a couple of sockets in here, one there, one over there, one there. Obviously just a light. And now we'll go upstairs. So then there's a smoke alarm I was on about, one in the hallway. Obviously it's got to be a minimum of 300 away from a wall or the door entry. And I'm pretty sure it's a minimum of, has to be within 3 meters of the door as well. I might be wrong on that, but I'll have to check that one off. So don't hold me to that, I don't know everything. So yeah, it's light here, so you can turn this on from downstairs in the hallway as well. That's why there's a double gang switch. And in here, she had some old spotlights, you know, the old halogen things, so we changed them, put her in some new spots, but she wanted to keep the fan there with the low voltage line. There's nothing wrong with it, it's working fine, so we left it in. Same in here, she only wanted a socket either side of the bed, but what we've done underneath the floorboards is we've left slack, so if they ever want to jack any of the sockets up and sink them in, which I'm guessing they're going to refurb this when they come in here, because it needs quite a bit of work, updating, you know, just modernising. So we've left enough cable, so whoever comes to do the next job, or even if it's also someone else, there's enough cable for them to extend them up the wall, sink them in. So we're thinking about the next people as well, and not just about ourselves. Yeah, so there's a light in here. I didn't put a lamp in there. I've got to put one in, but these two come on. This light and this light come on together. So should I socket down there, socket behind that little, don't know what it is over there, socket there, and then I'll show you in this room. So the bed was facing the other way, but she's taking it down anyway, so we've just left it in that side. We've just left it the way it is. I was just filming myself in the mirror now. So she's had a socket there and a socket there. In this room now, we couldn't get into above the ceiling because it's a flat roof here. Obviously it's pitched that way, so we had to run some trunking because I didn't want to destroy our ceiling, because she's selling the property anyway. People are going to come in and do a refurb, but then she's got to get a plasterer in to come and sort it out. And to be honest, it's not even plasterboard anyway, it's chipboard. And it's chipboard here, so we just put a bit of trunking up here, along there, and there we go. And then we got into it, we brought the loop in from over there, come down the corner of here, because this is where it turns into a flat roof, ran it through here, and then we have off there, and then we've run the loop into the switch. So yeah, basically that is it. That's everything. And obviously we've got a fan isolator outside for the fan, as you have to. But that's the job. So we're just tidying up now anyway. And then we've got to get up to another job now, so we've got to get to Northampton. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know it's not a really long video or in-depth or lots of, you know, information, but I tend to find if you've seen one Rewire, you've seen them all. So it's only a small little video, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe and like, and to be honest, you'll see my dad probably a little bit more in the next video, because I've been hogging the camera a lot later. So yeah, thank you for watching.